up.
I'll get no condom.
Yeah, look different than the rest of them. Yeah. Let's see who we got in the comments. Benjamin Riley said, I got news. What's your news? Kenwood 709 says, I'm wondering how beat up it is to get it changed out. We doing a hub service tonight? Yes, we are. We got a leaky hub. Leaky hub. We got Timothy Fisher in the building. We got Jermaine Jones. Say, what we doing? We doing a hub. We got a leaky hub, and also we got some shocks that possibly needs to get changed. What else we got? Benjamin Riley said, what's up, Kenwood? Kenwood said, what's up, Benjamin? Melanie says, yeah, what's the news? Yeah, what is the news, gang? Benjamin Riley says, I got my motor swapped out in my Chevelle old 472 out with the new 454. That's what's up, man. Congratulations. Yep, big congrats on that. Yeah, I'm trying to let this thing drain out so I don't have all this oil on the floor. I'm gonna remove the whole hub gasket. Get this thing changed out. Also gonna have to change the brakes. They're all greased up. I gotta put a new drum on. That's all greased up inside. So we got some work to put in on this one. Definitely got some work to put in. Draining it out. Okay. So basically what I do is I get the drum, lay the drum down flat, and put the lug nut holes inside the drum so I can remove the seal, all that good stuff, and also press the new seal in. Let's get some rags to put on the floor. Get some of the oil. Drum down. So you want to lay it down like this in the drum. Same way if it's bolted on. So I'm going to get the hub tool to pull this old hub gasket out. We got to clean all this up. Normally the raise gets stuck on this part and you got to like tap it off, but it came all together off, you know what I'm saying, with the seal. We're going to clean up our wheel speed sensor and all that good stuff. Like I said, we are going to put new brakes, all that stuff on. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna move this stuff to the side, take all the brakes and everything off, install the new brakes. What else? Yeah, we'll do that first. So we'll work our way outward and in. So I'm gonna move this. Actually, we can might be able to work around it. We'll see. These shots. Go ahead and move our drain bucket. Go ahead and move that. Before I get too far in, let me make sure I got brakes. All right, we got new brakes. Brakes are completely saturated with oil, so we definitely have to change those. This is what's that orange thing? The orange thing is a tool that you use to adjust the brakes. Go ahead and pop these springs off. Just like so. Bad boys out. We got one, we gotta get the other one out. Let me go get my air hammer. service. Let's heat this thing up. Let's check the comments. Melanie said that looks heavy. Yes, it is heavy. That sounds a satisfying noise. So let's get the torch. Let's get the torch out. that cool off, and we gotta clean that up. So we can put the new ones in. So we can go ahead and start installing our brakes. Then we'll clean up the hub, get the hub seal out, and all that other stuff. So I guess right now I can start putting the brakes together, preparing that. Prepare that. See, we got all new hardware. It says, why are you burning it? I was heating it up because it was seized inside. So you have to heat it up, you know what I'm saying, to break up some of that brake dust and to get pace out. That's why I wasn't burning it, I was heating it up, getting it hot. So I'm gonna start putting the brake shoes together. Let me get my hammer. Let me get my hammer for this part. Pop these new pieces in. Got those in. Go ahead and put our new rollers on the brake shoes. Y'all already know we got new rollers. I'm just putting all the brakes together. Pretty sure you guys know how this works.
Right?
Oh, I don't care. I'll let you know when I'm finished. I'll let you know when I'm finished.
Just on top of me, you know. Bring some in the middle.
You'd be all good. All right, I got the shoes together. Now that should be nice and clean, dry over there, cooled off. Or now I can clean them out. Trying to make sure I keep you guys charged up so we can thing on charger sometimes act up. There we go. Let me go get the drill. Put our torch up. We're gonna use this tool right here to clean up the bushing holes. Got one to go in. See if the second one goes in. See, we got new bushings. Okay, so we got the second one to go in. Very nice. Okay. Coming along pretty good. Since I have the shoes already ready, go ahead and sit those bad boys on there. This dang old phone does not like this charger for some reason. Try to make my phone stay charged for you guys so we can stay live through this hole. So you see our drums on there, just like so. See the bottom one on there. Now we gotta adjust our brakes. Gotta tap that one on. You just get it in like so. So now we got our last two springs that needs to go on, and our brakes will be installed. Then we can move on to putting our new wheel seal and everything inside the hub and getting that together. So, I got our new springs. And they go here. I just need to go get my favorite vice grips so I can pop those springs in. Hopefully you guys can see. If not, y'all just bear with me for a second. I hate this backside. You really don't have that much room because of the mud flap. Got those on. So now I just need to give them a little tap. Make sure our springs are set right. Just like so. So you guys see, we are moving along a little good. We got our brakes, new brakes installed. So now I just gotta remove the old seal out of the hub right there. So you see the seal right here. So let me get a tool to take it out. Tool here, and you just put it, you gotta get it in there and tap it out. Where's the hammer? Where's the hammer? There it goes. So basically, you get it in there. There we go. You guys see that? Our seal popped out. And it looked like our race is still in there though. So we might have to. There we go. We can also use a pry bar. Keep going around. The raise is coming up. So now we can get our tool and we can pop it out just like that. So we got our race out. So now our bearing comes out, right? So now I'm going to get a wire brush and we're going to clean up, you know what I'm saying, all the old grease and everything. You see the old seal, how it broke apart. Hope you guys can see that. So Let me get a wire brush. All right, we got a wire brush. We got some good old parts cleaner. And we're gonna clean this bad boy up. You really want to clean it up real good because what happens is, let me get our old bearings out of the way so we can get those crud on them. But we are going to put them inside the parts cleaner. Clean them up also. So basically you want to get it real clean up. So the next time an inspection is done on this specific trailer, that they won't look back there and say, oh, okay, the wheel seal is leaking again due to you didn't clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So you want to do that. Clean up real good. Get those tone rings cleaned out really good. Okay, we look good on that. So now we get our rag. Wipe the side real good. Any debris that fell inside, to make sure that we don't have any contamination. Clean it up for the bearings rod. Also, you want to clean up around this little lift right here where the seal sits on there, because that would also cause a leak on the wheel seal. So we got it all cleaned up pretty good. Yep, got that thing all cleaned up pretty nice there. Go one more again. Clean rag. Clean rag. Wipe inside again. All right. Gotta remove these gloves. Need a new pair. Okay. So I'm gonna let you guys check that out. So we're done with that tool. We're done with the parts cleaner. I'm gonna let you guys check it out. See how I cleaned that thing up. Cleaned it up real good. We got J Cash. Say what up, gang? So we got that thing cleaned up really good. We're gonna let it dry. We also have our new shoes and everything cleaned up. We got our new brakes installed due to all the hub grease, the hub oil that leaked and saturated the brakes and everything. What we have to do is we also have to clean up our wheel seal, our speed sensor. So let's get that cleaned up. And get that cleaned up. And also we're gonna I should have did that before I put my brakes on, but don't talk about me. I forgot. Forgot about cleaning this part up. Okay. Okay. So now also I gotta go get some sandpaper to go around our hub to make sure our seal sits nice and snug on the spindle. I always tell you guys too, man, a lot of people don't ask all the cleaning procedures that I'm doing. A lot of mechanics do not do this. They will just basically just put it all back together, and you'll go underneath your tractor or whatever, and you'll still see the old grease on there. Like a lot of people wouldn't even change the brake shoes. They would have left them saturated in oil, left your drum saturated with oil. All that stuff plays a part, man. You get a DOT officer to come look underneath there, and they see any type of grease, oil, or anything like that, that will shut you down. And that'll be all due to a mechanic not taking that extra step to cleaning up. So, little game to you guys, man. Clean up real good. And believe it or not, you guys see that? We gotta kind of like smoothing that out. Somebody took this off and they beat the crap out of it to get the seal off instead of using the proper tool to get it off. So we gotta try to get this as smooth as possible right here. Because that will also make the seal not sit flush on here. So we gotta kind of like try to smoothen this out. If you guys can see all those pivots in there like that. You don't want to go crazy with a grinding wheel either on this thing, because you can out around it and you will really have an issue. Kenwood says, why people trailer wheels be shaking around as they are on the road? The hub, the bearings, what I just took off. The hub could be not sitting flush on here. The hub bolt can be loose, and it's gonna make the tire do this. Bad bearings. It's kind of like having a bike, and the bearings in your bike and your bike rim is not tightened up, and it's going to make your wheel loose, and it's going to do this. It says, do you want to come and do some oil changes? An oil change? Not really. My wife is trolling my G's. Okay, okay. It's all good. It is all good. Okay. Get this cleaned off. We're almost there. Like I said, basically with this part, you really wanted to, there's like a little bevel in here that goes like this. And that's what stops the seal from going all the way back over here when you press it on, that it'll make it go too far. So it stops it. So you don't want to go and grind that off. All we want is around here nice and smooth so our new hub can go in there. Yes, Kello, could you help me explain why my engine's shaking after use certain intake valve cleaner and spray? Because you got to let it run and let it clear out. That's why. You got to let it clear up. And I hope you didn't do it when it was cold outside. It needs to clear up. So now we can. And I really would suggest you getting on the highway and driving it. So we got this thing cleaned up. Hey, Louis, you know the right wheel seal number for this?
21. Has like a paddle.
I got the old one right there. Yeah, we'll get Louis to, he likes to get the right parts. So he'll get us the right wheel seal. It says, hello. Okay, we already answered that for him. So now basically, we're going to inspect the bearings and we're going to start putting this thing back together, man.
It's going to be this 25.
That shiny surface, is that where the bearing sits? No, this is where the hub seal sits. The bearing sits inside the hub. I'll show you in 1 second once he give me the right seal. Yeah, once he come over here with the right seal, I'll show you why you want to clean that off. So you're going to see him put it on there now. You see that? So the seal goes on there like that after you press it in the hub. And that's why you wanted to clean it off. You see how that's nicely snug and it goes in there with no issues? So that's why you want to clean it off. And this sits in the hub down like this. The bearings go underneath it, which I'm going to show you guys. And then you pick the whole hub on and you push it on and you start putting your new bolts and everything on. So the seal is actually all in here. That's why you want to make sure that this is cleaned off right and everything. So that's how that works. So right now I'm gonna wipe these bearings off and we're going to start the installation of the hub and also the bearings. If you guys like what you see, man, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Teamwork makes the dream work. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get ready to installation. Also want to inspect. You want to inspect the rollers on the bearing. So we go ahead and sit that bad boy in there like this, just like that, guys. And I'm going to go get the seal installer to install the new seal on. And like I said, also, guys, you want to go and double check and go around here and make sure everything is nice and clean. So let me go get my seal installer. So this is the seal installer. As you guys see, the seal goes in there and you push it on and you center it. You hit the end of it with a hammer. Hope you guys can see. Before you get started, you want to make sure that you got it sitting evenly, because you definitely will damage the seal. So basically what I do is go ahead and give it a tap. So now, and you go ahead and tap it in before until the bottom is down. And also too, guys, you want to make sure you put the bearing inside there first, because you'll be having to take it off and put a new seal. That it bottomed out, so you go around just to tap it around and you wiggle it and it comes off, and you guys see the new seal is installed. See that? Then also you want to go around it and make sure it's evenly sitting flush, because that will also cause a leak. So to double check it, pop that bad boy back in and just tap it around. You'll hear it bottoming out. So once you hear that sound, give it one more smack to top, installed correctly. So there we go. So now we can actually sit the hub on the spindle. I'll let you guys see again. See, it's properly installed. Our new hub, we got our bearing in there. See, our bearing spins around. You guys see that? And you select the little lip right there. You want to make sure that's even all the way around, and that shows you that the hub is gasket is seated correctly. So now we can put the hub up there. Before we can go in the comments. It says, I've heard of people packing the hub bearings with grease and running around the whole thing. No, they're not. So hub oil goes in here. There's no packing grease that goes on these bearings. there's no there's no packing grease at all. So you guys are going to actually see me right now. So when I put the new hub up, I'm going to go get my oil, and we're going to pre-lube the bearings right now. So you guys are going to be able to see that. Say, yeah, I take the car and drive on the highway, RPM in 2 hours, but it doesn't work as expected. Should I take more time on the highway? Yes, you should. Yes. So right now we're gonna go ahead and sit our hub on there, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to pre-lube the canal where the hub oil goes, where it sits, and I do that before I install the outer bearing. So let me lift this bad boy up out of this. Okay. So here we go, guys. Okay. So you wanna wiggle that thing on there till it can't go anymore. So okay, we are on there. Okay. So now I can move this old drum out of the way. All right. So so now if you guys see that little bevel in there. So now I'm going to get our hub oil, which is 80/90, and we're going to start pumping it in there until this canal fills up. And then I will put my outer bearing on. I will put my bolt on, and also our new hub gasket and cap. We'll put that on also. So before we get started, I can move some of this stuff out of my way. Okay. We are going to need our drain pan underneath, like so. I'm also going to need some new gloves to put on. And the reason why you want to fill this up before you put your outer bearing on is so it doesn't take a long time for you to fill the hub oil up. So you want to have this canal filled in, so when you put your outer bearing and your cap on and you fill that oil in, it doesn't take hours for it to go in there and seat and fill up. You also want to make sure that your axle is even. You don't want the trailer jacked up or the tractor jacked, one side of it jacked up, because you can definitely overfill the hub. So keep that in consideration also. So basically, you get your oil. Make sure I'm sitting on the chair all the way. You put it inside there, and you want to bring your little drain pan up, because once it's full, it's also going to start leaking out. So you go ahead and start filling it up. Fill up that canal. Okay. So now we are starting to come out. You guys see that? So we're starting to come out of there. You guys see that draining out like that? So now I get my outer bearing. Get my outer bearing. Of course, I inspect it. Let's inspect it. Let's clean it off a little bit. Okay. Like I said, you want to inspect all these rollers. If you see any of these damage, you will need to change the bearing. And I also to putting the bearing in, never want to put a bearing on dry. So this is the only oil that goes on these bearings right here, guys. It's that hub oil, no packing grease. So of course you put your bearing in, and there we go like that. So now I'm going to go get me a new bolt and everything. We're going to put the new style hub bolt on there. We're not going to use this old bolt and everything that I used with the castle nut and the locking, all that stuff. I'm not going to use that. So let me go see if I got a kit. Two different sizes. Let's make sure, okay, this is the one we need right here. I'm gonna show you guys how this works. So the old style that I took off has like a locking washer and all that other stuff. So this is a newer version that this bolt goes on there, and then this inside clip, it seats in there. So before we install this, I have to remove this. See how the clip comes out? So now we can start. We put our bolt on. Also, you want to make sure it's not cross-threaded. So we're going to put that bad boy on there, and we are going to tighten it down. See those teeth inside there? That's what this locks in place, and it has a dial that the dial locks in place there. So of course you want to put that bad boy on just like so. And once it gets so on there, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make sure the bearing is seated correctly. Okay, so that's turned. As far as we go by hand, we get a wrench. I mean, not a wrench, but find the right size tool that we need. Let's see if it's this one, and it is. Okay, so now you tighten it up, and you also want to spin the hub at the same time once you start tightening. So tighten that bad boy all the way until it goes. Alright, and you want to bag it off. You heard that little knock? That little knock showed me, it tells you that when the bearing sits. So I hope you guys heard that little knock. So now Now we can put our locking ring on. I hope you guys heard that little boom. So that's how you can tell when it's seated correctly. So you see how nicely that's turning. So now we get our locking ring. You see that little tab right there? So that's our tab there. You also want to go in. This goes in. Might have to, there we go. Gotta see that? So now you just squeeze one part in and the other part in, and our locking ring is in there correctly. I also get a little screwdriver and I press it to make sure that it's locked in. And you also want to go inside there, so there's like a lip in there. You want to make sure that that ring is sitting in there proper with that lip. You also want to make sure this part is in there. So now I can install my cap and my new gasket, and then we can start filling up our hub oil. And then once I get it all filled up and it's full, I'm gonna also show you guys how to go behind and push your wheel speed sensor forward, so you make sure you don't have an ABS light on. So let's get our hubcap. Make sure that is cleaned off. And I'm gonna go get the right gasket for it. Okay. All right. So we have our hubcap and we have our new gasket. So I get 2 bolts. Make sure they got a washer on them. Make sure they have a washer on them. And I go ahead and put 2 bolts in to get them started. And make sure our seal is sitting in there right. Our gasket. And put that bad boy on there like so. And I get them started. Come on. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure that we are definitely not cross-threading. Okay, there we go. Just like so. You get the rest of them. Put the rest of the bolts in. Like I said, make sure they all have washers. If they don't have washers, make sure you get some. Put them on there and get it done right. So we got those bad boys on there. Let's get these other ones on. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. All right. You got that on there. So now you get your little 13. You get your 13 socket. You do not want to over tighten these things and snap any bolts. Just like that. You want to go into sequence. Just like that. Make sure we're nice and snug. And we are. Okay. All right. Put this up. So now I go ahead, use my little parts cleaner. Spray around there. Let's get our cap cleaned off. Like I said, we don't want no one thinking that there's a leak after we get everything installed. So they got two different type of caps. I always show you guys the one with the air filtration system, and they have like a little bolt up here and you're filling up. With this particular one, this cap right here comes off. And guys, so just a little something off the subject right here. So when you're doing your pre-trip, you can look inside there and see that locking ring in there. So you always want to check that. If that locking ring is not in there and if that locking ring is not installed correctly, it can make the hub walk off. So you definitely don't want that. So now we put our oil in there and we start adding oil to it. And let you guys see, you got two lines right here. See that outer line, that second one and the first one? So the second one is the full mark. So we're gonna start adding our oil in. Hope you guys can see at the bottom. So we just add it in there and you're gonna see it drop down. So keep an eye on that dark spot right there. It's gonna start seeping down in that canal that we filled up. You see it going down slowly. So now it's like a waiting game, kinda. You gotta make sure that it goes in there and see how fast it dropped down. Now watch again, guys. We're gonna add more. You guys see how it's up there now? So it's gonna drop down. Once it doesn't drop down anymore, that's how you know your hub is full. And like I said, you wanna add your oil when the axle is sitting evenly. You either sit it evenly on the floor or you have it on jack stands. I like to have it on jack stands so I can spin the wheel. So you guys see it is down, right? Let's get a little bit more in there. See that? It is going down. Yep. It is going down. So now we don't want to put as much as we was putting, so we're gonna let it go down even more. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but I can actually see the oil. So the oil right now is here. So now we're gonna give it like a half a, because we definitely don't want to overfill it. So that's fine right there. So right now I'm a little above that second line. Because right now we got to be getting close. Let it keep going down. And then next, I'm going to put a new drum on. But before I put that drum on, I got to push that wheel speed sensor forward on those tone rings to make sure that we don't have an ABS light on. So if your wheel speed sensor is too far from the tone rings on the hub, it will not get a reading and it will cause your ABS light to come on. So we definitely don't want that. All right, we're gonna go again with it. So we are a little above the line right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, man, make sure you guys, if you guys like the content, make sure you guys subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I keep this type of content coming. So right now we are a little under. We're gonna let it sit for a little bit, a couple seconds. Let's see how far it goes down. Okay, we're gonna go up a little bit more. Okay, we are a little above the line again. You guys see? We should be getting almost close, guys. We should be almost close. And then also, if you guys look on the floor down there, if that seal was installed improperly, you will see oil dripping back there, and you will have to take everything back off. You could have one, if you're not seated correctly, you could have the wrong seal on there. You could not have it seated correctly, or you could have damaged the seal on installing it. So I say take your time. A lot of people do this job differently. I do it in a sequence, and I do it in certain procedures, like I do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You know what I'm saying? That way, I do not put everything together and then add the fluid last. I add the fluid first, guys. So if there's an issue, if there's a problem, I can go ahead and address it instead of having to take everything off, take the drum off and everything like that. I leave everything open. So once again, we are a little above the line because we are very, very close to being full. So I think we should be there now, guys. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this out. So as you guys see, we are right there at that line. So we're gonna let it sit there. While that's sitting, I am going to press I am going to pull the ABS sensor forward. more. But like I said, you do not want to. Okay. We do not want to put all this stuff back and find out we have an ABS issue. And you also see we drop down a little under the line. We're gonna let it sit for a second. Also, I can rub my hand underneath. Guess what? We got dry hands. The seal's not leaking. So we are properly installed correctly. This should be all good with the real sense. With the sensor, I mean. This should be all good. And I'm going to get one more half of, we'll let it go down a little bit more if it's going to go down. Go ahead and see. You guys see that line? There you go. So next after this, so basically all I have to do is put the cap on, put the drum on. As if we can put the drum on right now. Let me go and get our new drum. We can definitely move our drain pan out of the way and get that out. Get that over. So guys, anytime your wheel seal has all these on there, so you got this locks into this part, right? And then you guys remember first when I first started, the tabs, these got two of these and they tab over the bolt. So we eliminated all this and I put the new style locking mechanism and castle nut on. So all this is garbage. And it looks like we're full too, guys. So I can go ahead and put our cap on. Drop something in the comments if y'all learned something. So we can go ahead and put our new cap on. Voila, magic. Just like that. Drop something in the comments if y'all learned something. So let me go ahead and get the drum. And we'll pop the drum on. Slide you guys back a little bit. Put this new drum on. Sit that bad boy up here. Get my hands out of the way. Just like that. Pick it up. Voila. So man, drop something in the comments if this was something that you guys learned from today. Let me know. Let me know if this was helpful to anybody. Any type of thoughts that you had as far as how the hub works. Shaky wheel on the trailer or tractor. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, would definitely cause that issue. So basically now all I gotta do is adjust the brakes, put the tires on, and we done for the count on this here job right here. Wasn't done in a lot amount of time. You guys see it only took me 2 hours to do that. So I installed brake shoes, new hub seal, right? We cleaned up all the bearings and everything. We cleaned up the wheel speed sensor. We pushed the wheel speed sensor forward so we don't have any ABS light. We also installed a new drum due to being saturated with oil. And you guys see that. We all done. We all done. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody watching. Y'all stay tuned. Let's get it.